What in the world?
Interesting.
Well, that was the first. Luckily, Keegan and I are running together today because we have such a busy day, and I typically keep a grinder in this truck. He did have a Sawzall on his, but you know, the grinder will do the job a little bit better. But yeah, customer tossed a lock on the back of that dumpster and forgot about it. Like I said, luckily we keep those types of tools in the truck, because otherwise that would have kind of been a bummer. We've been stuck at the dump with no way to dump. So this day has gotten pretty busy pretty fast. One of the ways we stay as efficient as possible is, even if part of the day looks pretty open, we still start pretty early in the morning. That way, if things come up, we can still provide day of service, which obviously helps the bottom line. Keegan and I ran a couple dumps and empties this morning. He's gonna keep doing that, but while he's doing that, I'm gonna get some other things taken care of. Right now, we are at the triplex, which you can already see a lot of progress has been made. If you follow the channel, you know that these stairs were pretty sketchy. They're coming together. Obviously, we still need a handrail, but they're coming back for that. While I was in Hawaii, my goal was to make sure that this kept moving. So we do have new carpet. I'm kind of happy about this, kind of not. Don't get me wrong, this looks amazing. And the cool thing is, I literally ordered this carpet. Next day, it was put in by some, I guess, contractors or subcontractors. But let me show you what I came back to. All right. Looks nice, right? Shout out to Brock. I just realized I still have your vacuum. Well, I needed it. So, look at this. This carpet looks kind of nice, right? But it's only because I just vacuumed it. Is it normal to pay a premium and to have 1,000,000 of these bad boys laying around? Doesn't seem like a good finish to me. Like, I mean, I'm all about, you know, getting something done, but as a contractor, kind of want to be proud of your work. Maybe it was subbed out, I don't know. But then you come in here, this one's what really got me. If you can't obviously see that seam in the ground, you look even closer. Is that normal? I don't know, I don't usually order carpet, but like, it's kind of like that throughout the whole edge here too. I keep finding pieces that are still stuck. I don't know about this, guys. Overall, looks pretty good. I'm not a huge carpet guy, so I don't know, but I can see every seam, especially the ones in the middle of the floor, pretty well. I can maybe understand the vacuuming. That might just be a thing that, you know, you have the customer do after you're done, but leaving a mess, especially with the frays, I could almost go up on every wall and just find frays everywhere. I mean, granted, a lot of these will get covered up by trim on this piece, but some of the other rooms, I mean, it's just kind of like right out in the open in the seams. Here's another one. This corner was all buckled up. I don't know. Maybe I'm just super picky. Maybe that's my problem. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. This one is the one that just gets me the most. There's a couple of these I found just in this crease here. So like I said, maybe I'm being picky. I didn't even film all of it, but I found those strays, you know, from the carpet all over the place. And I went in, you know, trimmed them up, but just feel like maybe the finish work wasn't great. And that's, again, I'm being picky. It's a rental, but that doesn't mean I don't want to pay a premium for something to get installed. And I did. I paid well above average for install of this carpet. But I was happy because it was going to happen like right away. But then to come back and see it kind of like that, I was like, okay, great. But you let me know, is this normal for carpet? I typically don't put those in my apartments, so am I being way, way too picky about this? From here, though, we kind of need to clean up the trash from this place. The nice thing about renovating property and having my own dumpster business is the fact that I can use my own equipment. So we definitely needed more than a dumpster bag, so I basically just stuffed everything else in this shed. So what I'm going to do now is get all this loaded in here, and then I have another dumpster bag I need to go pick up somewhere else. But I might as well use this opportunity to get rid of my own stuff. I absolutely hate insulation. I can feel this stuff on my skin for weeks. So this is loaded pretty messy, but from here what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook this up to some straps, and we're going to just drag it in with the winch, get it in there as best we can, and then pick up any of the loose stuff that we can as well. It would be kind of silly to rent out dumpster bags and have to load them by hand, you know? All right, rather than dragging the winch all the way out, I always pull out this strap, especially if it's gonna kind of rub a little bit on that top rail. That's kind of what happens on these taller dumpsters. So this should be pretty easy. It is a little bit misleading too, because there is quite a bit of weight in the bottom of this. A lot of broken up drywall, a little bit of plaster. So, but this winch makes ease of it, honestly. We just kind of guide it in, get it through that door, and then we'll pull it right up to the front. Easy peasy. Let's move on to the next thing. Second one's getting picked up now. Easy. Kyle called me about some special project he has, so let's go see what he's up to. Sounds like we might be able to utilize every inch of this dumpster and make it worth the trip to the landfill. While we head to Kyle's though, let's see what Keegan's up to. Hopefully he's having a pretty smooth day.
All right, guys, so I got a full plate today. Taking care of all the pickups and drop-offs. This is gonna be our first drop-off of the day. After this, gonna go pick up another dumpster and get right back to it. And on to the next one. Back at it. Look at that. Ooh, that's what we like to see. Perfectly level with the top, not overstuffed. That's some good stuff right there. Hate when these things get overstuffed. People don't ever listen. All right, we just got one loaded, about to head to the landfill, and we're just gonna keep on keeping on.
Clayton's coming by to pick up one of my little sheds. This is my backyard. He's going to show up in a minute. I am going to take the skid steer. There's the shed that we're taking down today. I'm going to kind of clean this up. It's super muddy. I already started. And then when Clayton shows up, we are going to try to, I don't know how, get that shed from there all the way to the street. And it's super muddy and not sure how we're going to do this.
If you guys follow the channel, you've seen Kyle here a few times, but the cool thing is this man's always got something going. Already ripping up the yard to his new house. You know what's funny? I believe this is Kyle's first house. And I'm happy for him because this is actually the first house he's ever owned that wasn't an investment. Kyle has invested in millions of dollars in real estate, literally, but this is the first house of his that he's not living in while he's also renting to somebody else. So I'm happy for him. He's got a growing family, so it's really cool. Look at him playing with his toys. Trying to clear himself a good path to pull this out with. This is absolute slop. We'll be lucky if we don't have to pull him out of this. What a nice hoodie you have on there, Kyle.
Just representing the brand.
I love it.
I get paid out of this, right?
I thought I did. This man has no real game plan, but I think he's just gonna go for it. I will be incredibly impressed if he just drags this thing out to the street. Well, that was anchored really well to the ground. I think he's gonna try to put the bucket in the middle now and just pick it up. Yep. Well, kinda worked. Good thing he's redoing his yard. I think what we'll do now is we will kind of tilt this down and let him walk it in here. Obviously, the dumpster's already half full. We can smash that down a little bit. And once the thing's in here, we can actually start to break it up and contain all the waste inside of the dumpster. What in the world? Should I make any Ryobi jokes? We've got a little bit of time left today, so now we're just gonna kind of experiment.
No wonder it's so hard to cut.
No, it was really just the Ryobi, but that is kind of funny. Look at that.
All the way up the stud.
All the way up. All right. We're gonna start by putting a really big thing in a really small hole. We all know that sometimes works. Probably. This is working as well as we thought it would. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Keep going anyway.
Clayton's got an idea. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we're just having fun now. New strategy. We're about to winch this bad boy in.
This is either gonna work a little bit or make a huge mess.
Yeah.
We're kind of in. Think we could just tarp it? I think we just tarp it. All right. I'm sure your neighborhood loves you now.
I know. I wonder what in the world.
At this point, we'll pick up all the debris and then we'll come in with a magnet from my truck and we'll pick up all the nails that might have fallen. I don't see too many, but I definitely heard a few hit the ground. Oh, I cannot wait to see the comment section on this one. Yeah, we could have done it about a million different ways, but that was kind of fun. To add to it, it's a pretty darn level load, so I'm pretty happy with that. But to Joe Schmo, who's gonna tell me they could have done that with their bare hands in 5 minutes, they could have carried it over there, loaded it, broke it up with a Chuck Norris punch. Good for you. Kyle and I got a good laugh out of that. I've got one more little pickup I gotta go do, and it's off to the landfill. Kyle has one final request. Where did this come from, your campground?
This came from one of the mobile home parks.
Nice, gotta love those. Did they just dump it?
Yep, they just left it for us. Very typical.
Always something. With all that in there, still have a level load. Look who just rolled up. Not bad?
Not bad day.
Not bad.
Not bad day.
It's kind of last minute, but I did just get a call for this. Keegan, he's gonna get out of here. He's gonna go say hi to his girl, so I am actually gonna take care of dropping this off here shortly. But in the meantime, I've got an errand to run. So if you frequent this channel a lot, you know that I basically pour everything back from my dumpster business into real estate because that's kind of my long-term play. So what I did was I just stopped by one of my banker's places to drop off some tax returns so they could evaluate a deal that I'm looking at. The funny thing is, while Rolling Operations is looking to buy another property to rent out, my wife and I are simultaneously looking at what she calls our forever home. I'm not going to get into the details too much about either of them because neither of them could happen. Rolling Operations does have a gentleman's agreement right now with a piece of property to purchase, which I think will be really cool for you guys to see. But I'm going to wait a little bit longer until we go disclosing all of that. And in regards to our personal home, what could be our forever home, I'm indifferent. I could stay where we are now. I'm very happy with our home, but I'm way more happy with our interest rate. But there are some super cool perks that would come from us moving, and we will again get into those in a future episode if it happens. But happy wife, happy life, guys. Goes a long way. And I want to be able to give us that. Otherwise, I don't know why I'm working so hard. I'm going to call it here, though. I'm going to head to get a pump off. That means I'm going to the gym and I'm going to work out, just so you guys know. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We've got a lot on our plates and a lot coming down the line. So I hope you guys decide to subscribe and stay tuned to all the new developments that are probably going to happen here at Rolling Operations. Every day's a new day. I don't know what we're going to do next, but I'm going to keep growing it. We're going to see how far we can take Rolling Operations. And I'll do my best to continue to show you different perspectives of the business from my side, my employees, and even some of my clients. I'll catch you next time.